Hey, what's up guys, and today I'm gonna be giving you a brand new series. What if Naruto was told the truth and became the wrath of the Namikaze? Part 1 guys. If you enjoyed seeing 1 see part 2, just go ahead and comment down below and tell me you want to see part 2. And I'll be posting it as soon as possible for you guys to enjoy. And also guys, go ahead and also check out the brand new series over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto. Yes, you heard that guys, brand new series What If Naruto was created by the Osusuke clan, and enjoy that guys. And also remember, for anyone when this first time hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me for new, I'll be replying talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new series? Let's get right into it guys. Start the intro. We begin this episode with Sarutobi Hiruzen, the third Hokage, as he was peeping into the crystal ball once again, trying to peep on Naruto. It's been a week since he last seen the boy, and he was starting to think that maybe it was a bad idea to actually tell the young ninja the truth about who he was and the greatness he could obtain. The meeting had not ended well, as Naruto had barely even spoken to him afterwards when he had found out. The crystal ball started to glow brightly as Hiruzen looked towards it hopefully, but it glowed down and vanished. He sighed. Naruto-kun, he said, I hope you will forgive me for lying to you all this time. I haven't even told the council about this yet, though I should have held a meeting that later night. What am I supposed to do now? He was broken from his thoughts as Breeze wept into the room, blowing off a few papers off the stack as he caught them. He closed his eyes as he nodded his head. Good day, Jiraiya-kun. I take it that you finally have a lead on our whereabouts. Jiraiya slowly closed the window as he took a seat across from his old sensei. Before I get into that, I want to know why the hell Naruto has gone and secluded himself like the way he has. What the hell did you say to him, old man? Asked Jiraiya. Hiruzen groaned as he searched for his pipe. After all this shit with Orochimaru, you want to tear into me already. I still say that we were lucky to get through that. It is still a miracle that I'm alive, Jiraiya-kun. I'm really too old for this shit. I told Naruto the truth. About everything. About his parents. About what we know about the Kyuubi. About my laws put in place to protect him. About his parents' wishes for him. About you and Tsunade being his godparents. I told him everything. Since then he has hidden himself away in his parents' home. And I haven't seen him. I was hoping perhaps he would have remained in contact with his friends, Kakashi, or even you, but no one has seen him since I told him the truth. Jiraiya looked like he was about to erupt and yell, but Hiruzen raised his hand, stopping his voice from coming out as he finally pulled out his pipe. As he lighted it up, he then looked towards his student. Don't say a word until I'm done. Hear me out, hear my reason behind why I did what I did, and then you can speak your mind. Is that understood? Jiraiya sighed, but he nodded. Good, said Hiruzen. As he rose from his chair, he made his way towards the windows as he peered over Konoha, looking over his village. As he took a few more puffs on his pipe, I promoted Naruto to Chunin, Jiraiya. He proved himself, especially when he go beyond even the limit to bring down the Ichibai. Whether you knew it or not, I was left with two specific instructions. 1. When Naruto turned the age of 16. Or, option 2. When he made the rank of Chunin. I had also deemed it that if I deem him mature enough, I will tell him before. Why? Because unlike most people in his village, I have faith in the boy. I have to call a council meeting soon enough. to announce Naruto heritage. It's not something that can be hidden forever. What worries me is how everyone will react. Before he could say anything else, Jiraiya shot from a chair. You know damn well how they react, old man. They will call you a liar, and you will find some reason to demand his death for nothing. And that bastard Danzo will want him even more than before. He will begin actively trying to recruit him, so that he can turn him into a damn weapon. And what would you actually do about it? Nothing. The scars. So much as he has been through, and you did not even lift a damn finger. What did you do? You went along with them and declared a goddamn law that said he wasn't supposed to be adopted. You left him to suffer on his own when someone could have truly taken care of him. Harrison turned as a wave of killer intent came from the man, but Jiraiya took a step forward as he snarled, ignoring his sensei. Misguided killer intent. He may not have any scars in his body because of his healing ability, but there are some scars that don't leave a person, Hokage-sama. The things he's been through. He hasn't confided everything in me yet, but come damn it, old man. You let him suffer so much throughout his childhood. You let the different branches of those council push you around, and you let those 3 old bastards decide and get away with everything. There were plenty of people that could have raised him, protected him. I understand if you were worried about those Hyuga or Uchiha bastards, but there were many others. The Naras would have taken him in and taught him so much. Those idiots at the academy purposely sabotage him every chance they get, all because you messed up. By now the 2 men were inches apart, snarling at one another. Still, Jiraiya would not let him get a word in until everything he said was out. The Yamanaka clan could have adopted him. The Inuzakas could have easily taken him in. The Akamichis. There were enough people that could have easily taken him in and kept him safe. But because of your stupidity, my godson suffer and suffer and suffer, and you didn't do shit to help him. If it wasn't for my spine at work. Harrison pushed Jiraiya back as Jiraiya staggered a bit. Listen here, Jiraiya. I did what I did to keep that boy safe. It may not have been the best decision, but damn it, I am not perfect. And you send the boy money so that he can clothe and feed himself. But did you ever come to visit him? No, of course not. You are just as guilty of abandoning Naruto as I am. So don't you dare stand here and deny that. I may have made mistakes. Yes, I've made plenty of mistakes. But so have you. On top of that, Snavy. Jiraiya moved forward and grabbed him by the collar as he lifted the man up using both arms. As the personal envoys arrive, you leave, I'm out of it, old man, said Jiraiya, as the envoys had their weapons on him, as he released the old man back to his feet. The shit that she's been through, you can't honestly blame her. I doubt she even truly knows about him. If she knew, I'm sure she would have come back. I'm sure she would have done everything in her power for him. But that is neither here or there. What matters is, we failed that boy. All of us. And with him knowing the truth, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to burn this entire village down to the ground, along with us. After all we kept from him, said Jiraiya. Harrison waved off his envoy as he sat in the couch once again. Yes, we have. But I actually have an idea, if you're willing to hear me out. Jiraiya took a while to calm himself as he then sat down. Good. I want you to take Naruto with you and go in search of Snavy. Whatever it takes, I want you to bring her back here. I'm hoping that you don't have to get physical with her. And I don't mean it in that way, so don't even think about that in my office. Anyways, as he sighed, I want Snavy to take over as 5th Hokage, Jiraiya. I think if you take Naruto along to meet her, I don't know how to explain it other than a feeling that I have. That she might actually come back for him, if nothing else. But more than that, it's important for 2 of them to heal and return back to normal. We can't let them continue on as they are. I understand. I'll go see if I can talk to the kid. Maybe if I tell him that he and I are going on a mission, then he will actually come out and talk to me for a change. You mind making this an official mission, old man? I don't care, C or A rank, whatever it is. Just write something up, so I can get the kid out of the village. I already have an idea where she's at, and it won't take 2 of us long to get there. Perhaps I can even teach the kid something along the way. I'm more concerned about the results of the council meeting that you're going to tonight. Be careful, and this time don't let them pull any of their usual crap with you. Okay, old man, said Jiraiya, as Harrison simply nodded. Good, Now, time skip. 15 minutes later. At Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze compound. Master bedroom. Have you figured out yet, Naruto? As a voice spoke inside his head. This voice belonged to the Kyuubi, the most powerless out of all the Bijus. When her container simply shook his head and scoffed, she sighed softly inside his head. Not yet, my dad jutsu seemed a bit more complicated than I originally anticipated, Kyuubi. The Flying Thunder God technique, the Harashin, was one of my father's trademark jutsus, from what I've heard and read so far. But still, if I can figure this out, Naruto, I understand. I already agreed to help you, but you're gonna have to recruit allies if you want to succeed. You cannot do it all on your own, and you won't be able to find all the allies here in Konoha. If I was outside, I could help you more, but there's only so much that one can do while trapped in a cell. As Naruto rolled up the scroll, there was a lot of them on his new bed. I already told you, Kyuubi, I'm working on it. Just be patient, said Naruto as I figured something out. Yes, during the week, the young Uzumaki had chosen to contact the Kyuubi. The two of them had shared a mental link since then. Together they work on perfecting his new jutsu. Amongst other things, she had taken upon herself to teach Naruto what she could. While Naruto read up all that he could on the scrolls and jutsus that were in his new home. He read upon his parents, and besides from that they made plans on what to do afterwards. So far, Naruto did not trust the old man anymore. He was gonna wait until the Hokage announced to the village who his parents were to gauge their reactions. He already had several things planned out, depending on what happened from there. He would make his next move. It would be dependent on what the people of Konoha will think though. Naruto turned his head as the both of them sensed someone trying to bypass security seals that he set up a week ago to keep people off his property. As Naruto made his way, a kunai in hand, he then saw it's just him. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, he thought to himself. Naruto, are you sure that you can trust this man? You were with him for a full month, and he didn't tell you a single thing about your parents, or who he was to you. In fact, he barely taught you anything, and why he wasn't around for you as well. As Naruto paused in his tracks, as he noticed Jiraiya waving at him to let him in. 1 second, Erosanin, he said. I'll be right with you. I have known this man for a month, Kyuubi. I can't make a short judgment call on such a short time spending with him. He helped me out a lot during the month, so for now he deserved the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him a chance to explain himself. Depending on how he answers, I can either forgive him or condemn him like how I do the old man. The Kyuubi conceded as Naruto opened the gates. Come on in, Erosanin, he said. I'll make some tea and you can tell me why you've come on by, okay? As Jiraiya nodded as he followed Naruto inside. Seating himself inside the couch, he watched Naruto. Naruto, what must you think of me now? Know that you know the truth. I lied to you. I wasn't there for you when I should have been. I can only guess the thoughts that must be running through your mind, Jiraiya thought to himself as he watched Naruto. As Naruto returned and handed him his tea. Thanks, Naruto, he said. Let me just get right down to business. As he blew on the tea softly. As he took a sip, I spoke with the old man. He told me what happened and how he hadn't seen you in a week. But rather than get onto that particular situation, how about I get into the main reason of why I popped over today? It's kind of important, kid, so hear me out before you say anything, okay? Naruto simply nodded as he sipped his own tea. I'm going to bring you on a mission. We're going to go in search for your godmother's Nelly. The old man wanted her to become the next Hokage. I am not so sure that we're going to get that lucky with her though. At best, we might be able to get her to head the new hospital and train new medics. Heck, our current medics could learn a thing or two from her. But I would also like for her to get to know her godson. I think she would be real proud of you, Naruto. Naruto kept on sipping his tea as Jiraiya spoke, as Jiraiya was getting a bit nervous as he watched the kid. Yes, he told him to listen, but Naruto's stare was just unending. But he finished what he was saying. Before I agree to anything, can you answer a question of mine? Yeah, sure, said Jiraiya. When we met, why didn't you tell me who you were? And for that matter, where have you been the most of my life? As Naruto tapped his finger on the table, insulted, beaten. I was never given a goddamn chance growing up. Even though that I'm a shinobi, there are still things from time to time. I thought if I can prove myself to these people, show them that they're wrong about me. Naruto's voice was calm as he spoke. Why weren't you there for me, Erosanin? Was it so hard to just come by and see me from time to time? That would have been enough. Just to know that someone goddamn care about me. That I have some semblance of family in the world. Do you even care about me, Jiraiya? Or am I just another goddamn kid to you? As Naruto's eyes were changing every now and then as he spoke, becoming red with slits. Naruto, you're not just another kid to me. You're my godson. On the top of that, you're the child of my old pupil, Minato Namikaze. You are dear to me, and I do care for you. I'm so sorry that I was not there. I'm not gonna try to make some big excuse for you to forgive me, but I'm gonna tell you this. Besides having my spine toward to run, things were dangerous on the road. I would have brought you with me if I could have. I should have visited you earlier, spent some time with you, something, but damn it, I just didn't. The old man and I already thought about this, and no matter what I think of, it doesn't sound right. You deserve so much better, Naruto, he said, as he closed his eyes, fighting back the tears. The way those people have treated you, your parents, would have been so ashamed of this village. Doesn't want to use you as a tool, a weapon. The old man's teammates are on his side. The civilian council want you dead. Half the damn people of the village tried to kill you. I'm amazed that you haven't tried to run away or give up already. I'm amazed you're still the kind of person as you are. After everything you've been through, anyone else would have lost their minds. Tell me, Ero-sensei, said Naruto. What would you have done if you were in my place? Honestly, kid, I don't really know what I would have done. I could have ended up swearing vengeance like your friend Sasuke, turn into another Orochimaru, or perhaps kill myself. Any number of things could have happened. I'm not really sure what I would have done, said Jiraiya. As Naruto chuckled to himself. It makes sense, I suppose. Jiraiya-sensei, I'll give you a chance, okay? Don't go running off on me without telling me first. I never got to experience what it's like having a mom and dad like real kids do. So I would appreciate it if you at least stick around and spend some time with me. Help me out with my training, whatever you can do for me. And when we bring Tsunade back, I expect the same of her as well. What do you think, said Naruto. Jiraiya finished the rest of his tea as he smiled. Sounds like a good idea. I didn't plan to go leaving you so soon anyways. But would you mind telling me something? What are your plans now that you know everything? I get that you're really pissed at the old man. Yeah, I'm pissed, said Naruto. It's hard to forgive him for what he did. He's the entire reason why I wasn't adopted. Coming up with a law saying that no one could adopt me. What kind of bullshit is that? As Naruto closed his eyes, taking a breath. You asked about my plans, right? As Jiraiya nodded. To be perfectly honest with you, my plans depend on what the villagers and my friends choose to do after they learn about the truth, about who I really am. I say that as far as I reach, said Naruto, as he took the cups and washed them out. That's fair. Go on and get yourself ready. I'll be waiting at the main gate, okay? I would like to leave as soon as possible, so we don't lose her. As Naruto nodded. Time skip. Later that night, council room. No one knew what this meeting was about, as everyone was discussing the topics, thinking what the old man could call them for. There are a few reasons why I call this meeting. First of all, 2 rogue ninjas have invaded the village today. Those ninjas were Kisame, Hashigaki, former member of 7 Ninja Swordsmen of Kiri, and Itachi Uchiha, the person responsible for the Uchiha massacre. The whole room went silent. These 2 are members of the group known as the Akatsuki, and they came to the village searching for Naruto Uzumaki. They seek the Kyuubi seal away inside of him. Their organization purposes are unknown to us at this moment, but Jiraiya and his spy network are continuously observing them and relate to us whatever information they might get. Unfortunately, they did not leave without incident. He gave the civilian council a glare to make sure that they stay quiet as he continued. Jonin, Kurina Yuai, Asuma, Sir Toby, and Kakashi Hatake and Might Guy confronted them when they arrived. However, Kakashi is currently in a coma of some kind. He battled Itachi Uchiha and unfortunately, he couldn't quite measure up. Shortly afterwards, the 2 criminals left the village and has not been seen since. Hiruzen was interrupted though by a brown-haired blue-eyed man, a civilian council. Why didn't we just let those criminals take the demon brat? We could have finally get rid of the little monster once and for all. Now, instead of getting rid of the brat, one of your top Jonin is in a coma and you're still protecting that wretched demon. Explain yourself, the man said. It was at that very moment Hiruzen realized how soft he has gotten. As these people had the right to speak to him like this, with a simple flick of his wrist, the man's head was sliced off, and Anvu taking his head clean off. I shouldn't have to say this, Hiruzen said in a calm voice, despite the fear on the council members' faces. Do not talk about Naruto Uzumaki that way. Keep it up, and I will personally destroy every one of you for everything you have ever done to him. Now, stay seated and shut the hell up. All of you, Hiruzen said. Everyone was quiet afterwards, as the body and the head was taken away. Good. The next order of business ties in with the Akatsuki business. Not too long ago, Sasuke Uchiha left the village. It seems he overheard a conversation regarding his brother arriving towards that village. It does not take a genius to know what is going on through the boy's mind. I have sent my guy Kurenai Iwai and Asuma after the boy, so the Uchiha will be returned to us in short order. However, I would like to hear opinions on how to punish the boy for his reckless actions. Upon his return, any suggestions? As expected, the civilian council blew up at this. 1. Kiri Haruno. Green eye, yellow hair. Woman, she was Sakura's aunt. She rose from her seat. Why do you even suggest such a thing? Young Sasuke is well within his rights to seek vengeance for his clan. The civilian council refused to seek punishment against him for doing what he believes is right. Danzo smirked as he stepped forward. The boy obviously lacked discipline, Hokage-sama. You could always simply let me have him. I could very easily, beat him into shape, so to speak, of course. He would learn respect quickly then, I assure you. As Homura and Kaoru nodded in agreement. They expected the civilian side to side with them, but, well, something surprising happened. Kiri turned red as she shook her head. Absolutely not! You will not touch that darling boy. If you want, Naruto. You can take him, but you will not take Sasuke-kun. She felt a pressure on her. As she turned, she instantly sat down. She made sure not to face the Hokage at all, and she went quiet. Hiruzen was really angry at the audacity of these people. He turned towards the shinobi side. Well, what do you have to say? He asked. Forget these idiots. They clearly don't appreciate that Sasuke has left the village without order and needs to be reprimanded for his actions. Actually, before you even speak, you, civilian council, all of you, get the hell out of here. I won't have you polluting this meeting anymore with your bullshit. All you ever seem to talk about since Naruto has a Kyuubi inside of him is why do you protect him, Hokage-sama, and everything dreadful about the boy. From here on out, don't even bother showing up for these meetings. The shit you all have pulled behind my back with these 3 assholes is plenty enough for me to do this. From here on out, the civilian council is disbanded. They tried to say something, but he raised his killer intent as he left the room. He gave his 3 teammates a look, as he had nothing to say. As they didn't want to incite his wrath, he was clearly not in the mood. Shikaku was the one to speak, despite his arrogance that he has continuously displayed. As of the moment where he made everyone wait on him for Chunin exams like he's something special. I can't say that we revoke his ninja license. I would very much like it if that were to happen, but unfortunately, he hasn't done anything truly drastic to warrant that action just yet. Therefore, confinement to the village for at least a month, and perhaps some coaching from someone such as Ibiki should be in order. Sasuke certainly needs to learn respect and manners, and Ibiki can surely teach it to him. What does everyone here think? He asks. The rest of them quickly agree, as Tatsumi even offered to let their dogs tear Sasuke a new one. So the moment he returned, he will be receiving his punishment. Now, on to the final matter that need to be discussed this night. It's time that you learn of Naruto heritage, and why I chose to do what I did all those years ago. Know that he has made the rank of Chunin. I have informed him who his parents are, and bestowed upon him the gifts that were left by his parents. Everyone is confused, as he wonder who. Naruto's full name is Naruto Uzumaki. As Hiruzen paused, Namikaze, he said. That should easily tell you who his parents were. Tatsumi was the first one to pick up on it. Are you telling me that he's Kushina? and the fourth Hokage's son. What the hell? If that is the case, why didn't you let me adopt him all those years ago? You refused me every time even though you knew how dear she was to me. Harrison sighed, like I said. I'll explain it all shortly. Naruto's parents are Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage himself, and the wife. His wife Kushina Uzumaki is Naruto's mother. As we know, it is the last of the Uzumaki clan, and he's the fourth Hokage legacy in flesh. I will announce this to the villagers in the morning, but for now, I like opinions. Inoichi spoke up. If he truly is your son, and I'm not saying I don't believe you, don't get me wrong, those who actually believe it will demand that he be put in the CRA. They might try to use the fourth Hokage's son for breeding purposes. It's wrong, I know that, but I can understand the reasoning behind it why they might choose in favor for such a thing. I refuse to force Naruto into such a thing. Against his will, Harrison said. He hasn't spoken to me in a week, and he has seals intact that prevent me from spying on him. My best guess is he's currently furious at me for keeping such a secret away from him, and about the law I put in place, so that he wouldn't be adopted by those who want him. It's gonna take some time to regain his trust and set things right, and the CRA will just make it worse, so that is off the table. For a good time they spoke, but the three elders had different thoughts in their mind, trying to formulate a plan for what to do with Naruto. Danzo was thinking about how much he could control with Naruto on his side. Meanwhile, that was going on at Shibuya Town, on the second floor in a hotel. Jiraiya and Naruto were resting in a town known as Shibuya Town for the night. They had not reached their target yet, a place called Tanzuka Quarters. That was the location where Tsunade was said to be. Sadly, despite Jiraiya's promises to train him, he had ventured off with some woman for the night. As Naruto was left inside, I don't even see why you bother giving him another chance. Look what he's doing. You will keep after using that horrendous sexy technique on him. If you want him to teach you anything, you do realize that, right? As the Kyuubi was clearly not happy. As Naruto chuckled a bit, think about it. When does any woman actually flirt with Ero Sensei? Actually, now that you mention it, he could never get any attention from the woman that he saw when he was with you for that month. He kept on getting pummeled by them for being a disgusting old pervert that, and he's what, like 50? Heck if I know, said Naruto, but you're starting to see my point. Unless that woman's a prostitute or something, there's no way that she would just approach us and start to flirt with a woman like that. But from the way she was dressed, she certainly doesn't look like a prostitute. So based on that, what can you draw up the conclusion, said Naruto. She was silent for a few moments. Something is gonna happen. Someone is luring him away so that they can get to you. That's the conclusion you come up with, isn't it, Naruto? Naruto chuckled as he started to practice hand signs of the jutsu that he found in his mother's scroll. Yeah, and I just let it happen because I'm curious to see what someone wanted with little old me, he said. She was not happy to hear that, but she understood. She was curious as well. But if it's a problem, she would feed him as much chocolate as possible that his body could handle. Naruto sealed away his scrolls as he felt it. There was a knock on his door. As Naruto created 6 clones before he transformed in a small scroll. As one of the clones placed him in the corner of the room, as the only visible clone moved forward. As his clone did not recognize who it was then that Naruto heard. They seem to want you, Kyuubi, he said. The larger one said that he would chop his legs off. The clone on the inside went through hand sign, as the clone outside exploded, throwing back the two men. As the clones all emerged, one of them pretended to be the real Naruto. Itachi, why the hell are you after me? What do you want with the Kyuubi? Kisame was the first to shake off the explosion as he laughed. Damn brat. I thought you said the brat was a dumb shit, Itachi. That little display was something else entirely. He was clearly expecting us, and he even knew a high level jutsu. Look, shadow clones. Makes me wonder what else this little punk knows. As he twirled Samehata as he looked towards each of the clones. Itachi brushed himself off as he stepped beside his partner. It seems that he's learned a few things since becoming a genin, but it is not enough to deter us. But my Sharingan cannot tell the real one from his clones. Seeing that he's choosing to be difficult, you should go ahead until the real one show himself. Just don't go and draw too much attention to yourself. Sounds good to me, Itachi said, Kisame as he stepped forward with a smirk on his face. Now, which of you little punks want to try me first, he said. with a maniacal grin on his face as he looked ready for a battle. One of the clones stepped forward as he flashed two hand signs. He then brought a hand up to his mouth. Enjoy fish breath. Wind style. Exploding ear bullets. As he started to fire a series of ear bullets from his mouth, Itachi went through hand sign fire style. Fireball jutsu. The area literally exploded, taking most of the second floor with it. When the smoke finally cleared, Itachi narrowed his eyes towards the clones. That's a dangerous maneuver, Naruto-kun. Are you trying to kill the people staying here? That doesn't sound like you. As Naruto merely shrugged, I must say, I'm disappointed in you. But it doesn't matter, we're here to take you. So stop resisting. Before anyone else could say anything, Itachi! I promised myself I would kill you the next time I see you. Sasuke, you idiot, Naruto thought. Of course you wouldn't come here to help me. It's all about your stupid vengeance. Come forbid that you come to actually help a friend. Kisame, deal with Naruto-kun. It seems my dear brother has come to pay me a visit. Who am I to deny his wishes? Kisame was smirking to have some fun. I guess you're all mine, Kyuubi and Julike. Now let's try this again. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, to hell with it, he said. He would just take them all out. As he attacked, as he cut down clone after clone, but each clone that he took out, another group sprang up. Damn it, what the hell is going on here? God damn it, Kyuubi brat. Stop hiding already and show me what you got. As he cut down 3 more, as 5 took their place. As the real Naruto was watching Kisame quite well. As Kisame moved, damn it, he cursed. As he shielded himself with Samehada as one of the clones exploded. He glanced around as the explosion started to clear. You little punk. Just wait until I get my hands on you, Kyuubi brat. I'll make you regret trying to toy with me. Before he could finish his rant, though, he saw. Oh, Itachi, I'm gonna kill you for this misinformation. As he braced himself, the 2 groups of Naruto announced their techniques. Wind style. Great Wing Breakthrough. As the second hall rushed towards him with a Rasengan in hand, as it was his father's jutsu that he learned. In under a week, the Rasengan was the hardest thing that he had managed to handle so far. It was really difficult, while the Harajuku was a completely different level of complications, but the Rasengan was still hard. Each clone slammed the Rasengan into Kisame. Some of them attacked his back, others tried to take out his blade, but sadly, the blade absorbed the ones that came after it. As Kisame grunted as the attacks slammed into his back, Kisame swinged his blade as he took out the clones. Damn it, Itachi! You lied to me! The brat is clearly not some idiotic weakling that you claim him to be. You better make up for this mistake later, you bastard! As the scroll Naruto was on the final clone. As Naruto looked towards Kisame, Kisame smirked when he saw there was only one left. Finally, decide to face me yourself, you stupid brat! The clone shot forward and ducked under the first swipe. But Kisame twirled the blade behind him as he sliced right through him. What? Another clone? As the real Naruto, who the clone had taken off and threw, dropped his transformation rather quickly, as he was behind Kisame. As Naruto pulled out the kunais with wing enhancing them, he stabbed them into his side. Kisame cried out in pain as he spun and knocked Naruto away. He ripped out the kunais as blood started to spray. Samehada started to heal him up. Damn it. As Naruto landed, as he started to tap into the power of the Kyuubi, Itachi, stop playing that brother of yours and get over here. The runt is getting ready for something big. But Itachi just walked away from the unconscious Sasuke, who had fallen prey to the Tsukuyomi. You are still too weak, Sasuke. Did you truly come here thinking that you could defeat me with such weak abilities? Interesting, so. He's hurt you and ruined your cloak. Has he now, Kisame? Said Itachi. As Kisame glared at him, it would seem that you changed a bit, Naruto-kun, but you still have a long way to go to measure up to the likes of us. It was then both men felt something as they turned. As Naruto released struck her cloak. About time you got here, Ursanin, he said. You're lucky. I managed to hold the big guy off. As long as I did. Kisame, we have to go. Both men decided to flee as Jiraiya chased after them. Jiraiya came back a moment later. They're gone. He then looked around. All the people that were staying here, Naruto. What happened to them? Don't worry so much, said Naruto. I'm not so heartless. that I would murder a bunch of people. I vacated the second floor with clones. The moment you were escorted off by that woman, I had a feeling something was up. It was shortly after that I started to escort people out of their rooms for safety. Jerry sighed in relief. Still, as he looked around, as he groaned, who will have to pay for these damages? Before he could think about it though, he sensed 3 people. What brings you 3 here, he said, as he appeared beside Sasuke. We were sent here to retrieve Sasuke, said Kurenai. Shortly after you 2 left, 2 men appeared in Konoha in black cloaks. Asuma, Guy, Kakashi and I fought them, but it did not end very well. Kakashi is in a coma after something Itachi did to him. Itachi is one of the bastards that just attacked me, said Naruto. The teen over there showed up, when Itachi had already been here, but it wasn't to assist me, said Naruto. Let me guess what happened. You overheard Itachi's name and my name that was mentioned, and he came looking for me, realizing that I left the village with Ero-sensei here. He did not ask no permission, so he left the village to come and find me so he could find Itachi as well. And somehow miracle defeated the guy that wiped out his entire clan in one goddamn night. Then finally get his revenge and live his life happy in some kind of dream goddamn world. Am I correct, Sensei? Naruto asks. The group was rather surprised, until Jiraiya burst out laughing. When he finally managed to calm down, he patted Naruto on the head. That's an exceptional way of putting it, kid. From what I heard about Uchiha Brat, that actually sounded like it would be right on the money. Though it looked like his plans did not succeed, now did it? Of course not. Itachi easily defeated him, and then that happened. Itachi clearly did something to him, but I do not know what it is. Still, whatever it was, it can't be too pretty. He had screamed loud enough for the entire town to hear him. Then again, with me having blown the entire second floor to pieces, I suppose that's expected. As Kurenai was shocked, Naruto-kun, are you saying that you did all of this? What about the people that you were fighting? How could you have done all of this, she said. As Naruto grumbled and shook his head, I'm not the weak fool people think me to be, Kurenai-sensei. Sure, I'm not strong enough to beat those 2, but at least I could come up with a plan that will hold them off long enough for Ero sending here to arrive. I suppose the best way here to explain my strategy would be explosive clones. And the other damage was done when mine and Itachi Jutsu clash. Pretty big damage then. I'm done answering questions now. The teen over there can use your help. As he walked back into the remainder of his room. Get him back to Konoha. Get one of the medics to look him over. I don't really give a shit. As for Kakashi, he hasn't really done much for me either. Still, once we bring Tsunade back, she will be able to help the 2 of them. As something was tossed as Jiraiya caught his own bag. As Naruto came out with his, let's go, he said as he started to walk off. The others watched as Naruto walk off. As they heard Naruto speaking to the innkeeper, he told the man to bill Konoha for the damages. Asuma turned towards Jiraiya. What the heck happened to Naruto? That's something that you'll have to ask the old man. Something that Hiruzen said caused this. That conversation changed something inside of him. And it's starting to worry me, said Jiraiya, as he patted them on their shoulders. Take the Uchiha Brat back to Konoha. When Tsunade heal him, I'm sure he'll have to answer for his actions. I'll be sure to look after Naruto. Now see ya, he says, he made his way. As Might Guy spoke, little Naruto-kun seemed so much full of spirit of youth when I saw him the few times. Now it's so different, said Guy. I'm sure Hokage-sama would like to hear of this. The next day, early in Konoha, the people of the village were trying to figure out what was going on as they were gathered around the tower. Hey, Shika, I bet you know something, don't you, said Ino. You're the only one besides Naruto that was made Chunin, and we haven't seen Naruto in some time now, so fess up, what's going on? Not really, Ino. Just because I'm a Chunin, that doesn't mean I'm made aware of every juicy gossip or detail that goes on around in the village. Jeez, this is just too damn troublesome. First Naruto disappears without telling us anything, then Kakashi gets injured and now this crap. It all just screamed the word troublesome to me. Sakura sighed, she smacked him back of the head. Everything is troublesome to you, Shikamaru. Naruto disappearing probably has nothing to do with Hokage's speech, so why even bring that up? Kakashi getting injured is far more important than that idiot. She got some odd looks as she blinked. What? It's true, she said. Ashino shook his head in disappointment, not even looking at her. Instead, he glanced towards his teammate Hinata, who looked towards her hatefully. It was unusual for Hinata to show anyone that even small amount of malice, but what Sakura said deserved that. As he patted her on the back, But Hinata spoke. You say that, even after all Naruto has done for you. He risked his life to save you, even when you were told that he managed to defeat Gaara and rescue you. So why? Why do you still badmouth him like that? As Hinata's voice was loud. She had never spoken that loudly, so it was rather odd for everyone to hear. I can't believe you would say that about your own teammate, Forehead, said Ino. Yeah, he might not be the coolest guy around, but after saving you, you would think that he might deserve some credit. Naruto is not the same weakling that we once knew. Just remember that. As the others agree with that sentiment, no one else could say anything as Hiruzen stepped forward though. Many of you may be wondering why I have called you here today. As many people nod, many of you might think it's because one of our Jonins were attacked and placed in a coma. Or perhaps you might think it was because of the recent invasion attempt by Orochimaru. But my speech has nothing to do with that. Any of those. I have called you all here to speak about one, Naruto Uzumaki. This talented man is someone that many of you seem to hate without good reason. Many of you choose to hate him without even knowing why. You choose to simply follow in the way of your predecessors, your families, your friends. And I'm here to tell you you're foolish for doing so. There was an angry uproar below him, but he shook his head and demanded silence. Everyone went quiet as he continued. Let me explain a bit about Naruto before you say any more hurtful words about him. Many of the younger villagers here do not know this. It was meant to remain an S-rank secret. Sadly, someone spread the knowledge the night Naruto was born about what he carried inside of him. They must understand this. The news had to be out so they could understand. You see, Naruto Uzumaki was made into a Jinchuriki the very night that he was born. For those wondering what this means, the answer is quite simple. The Kyuubi was not killed on the night of October 10th, all those years ago. One cannot simply kill a tail beast. Instead, the fort was forced to seal a Kyuubi into a young boy. I see the knowing looks on many of your faces. Yes, the Kyuubi was sealed inside of Naruto Uzumaki on the very night that he was born. As they started to cry about he was a demon incarnate, Hiruzen released a wave of killer intent to silence him once again as he continued to speak. Some of you may believe this make him the very demon itself. This is not so. Your violent action towards him in the past were unfounded and unjustified. All who chose to torment that poor boy because he housed a Kyuubi deserve to be killed where you stand. But that is not what Naruto would want. Naruto never once retaliated against those that hurt him. The beast never took over. He has not harmed anyone. From this village, he has fought time and time again to prove himself, to protect this village, and fought for you all. You see, Jinchurikis are treated similarly through the nations. They are treated as tools, weapons for war in some places. And in this very village, they are treated as monsters not even worth a grain of salt. Naruto, he has had it so hard, and this is not what the fort wished for. For when he sealed the beast inside the poor boy, he wished for Naruto to be viewed as a hero. Because without Naruto, the beast would have killed us all and destroyed this entire village. Without Naruto, the beast would roam free and wipe us off the map. Naruto is the only thing that is stopping the beast from coming back to this world. He has proven himself as a hero time and time again, and you monsters can't even treat him as such. Seeing the pain on the Hokage face and hearing the words that he speaks, many of them sunk low. Their postures changed as many of them looked at wounded pups. His fellow Genins and Chunin were shocked, but Hiruzen was not done as people saw the tears rolling down the man's face as he spoke. I am ashamed of what this village has become. I am ashamed that the people can prove to be so cruel and hateful towards one that is so undeserving of it all. But more than that, I'm ashamed of myself for not doing anything to stop it. I just let it happen when I could have done so much more for Naruto Uzumaki. You all thought that his parents had abandoned him at birth, or even that he never had any. But regardless what you thought, he had wonderful parents, and many of you knew them. In fact, you all should know of his father. Look to the monument behind me and I shall tell you who his parents are. As they look towards the monument, Naruto's father is Minato Namikaze, the very fourth Hokage of this village, His mother is Kushina Uzumaki, as Naruto's true name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. The two of them love their son very much, and were very much looking forward to meet him. They could have lived a wonderful life together had fate not taken such a tragic turn that day. People were gasping and trying to deny the fact that this was true. You may want to deny this and say I'm feeding you a tale full of lies, but I assure you this is the truth. Naruto take the surname of his mother. We had hid his heritage away from the people so that we can protect him. Instead, I believe I should have been honest earlier on, so that he could have been protected from you people. You spat on the wishes of his father, on the fourth Hokage you all claim to love so much. If his parents could see all the sacrifice that they gave for this village and what they have done, what you people have done, they would be so disappointed in you all. All he's wanted his entire life is to be acknowledged by someone, to earn your respect, to make long-lasting friendships, to get recognition by you people. Never once did he claim to hate any of you. He's the heir to our fourth Hokage, and he's a sole surviving member of the Uzumaki clan as well. You should be thanking him for being here, for being so kind to all of you. When you return from his mission, I hope you apologize to him. I hope he can find in his heart to forgive you for your crimes against him. Hokage-sama, since this concerns Naruto, why isn't he here? What mission could be so important that he shouldn't be here for this? Choji was the one that asked the question, as many people are wondering the same thing. Naruto went on a mission with Jiraiya to Sannin just yesterday. I asked that Jiraiya find Tsunade Senju, another one of my pupils. I'm hoping that the two of them can convince her to return back to Konoha and become your new Hokage. I'm old and I'm tired, but this actually brings me to something else that I think you all should know. Jiraiya and Tsunade Sannin are Naruto Namikaze godparents. Yes, such legendary figures as my students are his godparents. When they return to Konoha, you might want to be careful. I doubt they will be as kind as I should, since you treat their godson like shit. He turned his back to the people below as he chuckled softly to himself. I am done. Make of this what you will. If you have any more questions, I will answer what I can. Just be smart about what you say. I am truly tired of it all. All I can do now is wait and see what happened when Naruto can return. Thought Harrison as he made his way. He hoped that Naruto could forgive them all, and forgive him as well. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next parts, do like, subscribe, comment down below. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, I post a brand new series over on Anime Making 3. It's called What If Naruto Was Created by the Otsutsuki Clan, guys, part 1. So go over there and check that out and enjoy, guys. And also, over on Anime Making, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto had a solo sensei, guys. So go ahead and check that out as well, guys. Remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that subscribe button to become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support, but I'm over now. See you guys soon. Peace.